Hey everybody, Tim McCormick here, Dream Designer with My Mickey Vacation Travel. Today I'm going to show you how to build the Disney Parks blog, Disney Vacation Countdown Calendar. All of the instructions, materials, things that you're going to need to print out are available on my Pinterest site. So head on over there and do a search for Tim McCormick Dream Designer. You should see me with Mickey, and go down to the Disney Crafts posts section and you'll find everything that you need right there. But I'm going to walk you through and show you what you need to do and how to do it. Okay? So the first thing that we did was headed over to our local Arts and Crafts Center and picked up a few supplies. I think everything together was maybe $12 or $13. We had a coupon at the place that we ended up going and bought a few items on sale. So I think maybe $15 tops is what you'd end up spending on this. And it's fun, get the kids involved. And then once you get it up on the wall, as you count down the days and get closer to your trip, and get the family involved, it's a lot of fun to see the clock tick down. So the first thing that we bought was this cork board, and it has a frame around it. It's a rectangle, and we're going to have some numbers up here and then a little sign down here at the bottom. And so you want to get the one that's a rectangle. Now any size will do. The bigger, more room that you have, the better for you. This one here works for us. I think it's about 12 by 18 is what it is. Next thing we needed was some paint. So we have the yellow and white and the red and blue. To put the paint on, I bought some sponges. Any brush will do. I use these because it's easier cleanup. I can just throw these away. I don't worry about it after the fact. I even have a whole pack. Couple bucks, takes care of the whole project. And then some hooks. You can see these or not, but just some little screw-in hooks, nothing special, nothing fancy, another $1 or so. Like I mentioned, over on the Pinterest page, there are the printouts, copies of the printouts for the numbers that you're going to need. I recommend printing them out on cardstock, of course in full color, and print out 2 copies of each. That way when you get to day 11, you have 2 number 1s. When you get to day 22, you have 2 2s, and so on. What I do, like I said, is I print them out on cardstock so they're stiffer, and then I run them through a laminator. I do that because I have little kids, and the little kids like to go up there and change the numbers and touch them, and you know, little kids have dirty hands sometimes, and this just prolongs them, makes them last a little bit longer. So that's what I do. A couple things that you'll need that might be lying around your house is some tape. Any type of masking tape will do, whether it's yellow, green, or cream. And then a utility knife. I use the utility knife to trim the tape around the corkboard as I put it on to help protect other paint areas. Keep this out of reach of children if you have them helping. Remember, always safety first, right? So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tape up this corkboard, go all the way around it, and paint this outside border. Now you can paint this any color scheme that you want. We have a couple different ones, not just necessarily for Disney, but we have a Christmas one and we have a birthday one. And then, of course, this one's going to be Disney. So I'm going to paint the outside yellow. And then the middle is going to be white with some red down here and a blue stripe. Just kind of give it the Mickey colors. You can do whatever you want. It's entirely up to you. Customize it to your family's liking. You could even just do one that's multi-purposed. You know, use it for Christmas, birthdays, and for your vacations. So I'm going to pause the video, I'm going to tape this up, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a coat of paint on, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back, and as you can see here, I have painted the frame yellow after taping it off. I taped it off all the way around, and I've waited for it to dry. This acrylic paint doesn't take very long to dry. Maybe 10-15 minutes dry to the touch. I wouldn't go ahead and put any tape over the top of this just yet. I'd let it dry maybe an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. But it's ready to pull off. Comes off real easy, so you don't want to wait too long before you pull that off. You don't want it to fully dry because then you might peel the paint off along with the tape. So you go ahead and do that pretty quickly. What we're going to do now is we're going to measure down. I go 8.5 inches. The instructions say 8. I go 8.5 just to give me a little bit of buffer room. and I tape that off down here. I also tape off the inner edge all the way around, and then I paint that upper half all white. Okay. So one thing about the acrylic paint, you might be able to see it. I did put 2 coats onto this. You can still see some of the wood grain come through. Same thing is going to be for the corkboard. You may need to put 2 coats on, maybe even 3 in certain spots, just depending on what's going on. So just keep that in mind. I do them one right after another. Again, like I said, this stuff dries to the touch pretty quick, even on the corkboard. So just do what you got to do. Get it white. It doesn't even have to be perfect. A lot of it's going to be covered up. Now, in the meantime, while the paint was drying, I went ahead and started printing and cutting out all of these numbers. Okay? So as you can see here, I started cutting them out. I've even gone so far as to send them through my laminator already. Now, if you don't have a laminator, you can go up to any Kinko's or Office Supply Place, Office Max, Depot. They'll run these things through a laminator for you. It's pretty cheap, maybe 25 cents a sheet. Last time I did it, I just went out and got one from Amazon. It was even cheaper. Okay, so I'm not wasting any time, and while I wait for the paint to dry, I'm moving right along. Again, get these on my Pinterest page. Just do a search for me, and then you can print them right out. I'm going to go ahead and tape this off, paint the top part white, and then I'll be right back. So I'm back, and this time, flip it the other way, you can see that I've got the yellow done, the red done, and the white. And I did both of these at the same time. Put a piece of tape all the way across right here, like you can see. Measured 8 inches down from the top. And the next thing to do is put some tape across here, both top and bottom, and we're going to put a blue stripe right across the middle, and that's going to kind of divide things up. In the meantime, I've also been going and continuing to cut and then laminate all of my numbers. So you can see here that I've got those going. I'm going to finish these up while this blue paint dries. I'm going to put some holes in the top of this, and then I'll pick right back up there. Thanks. So I have everything done. As you can see, it's probably still just a little bit wet. No big deal though. It's been maybe 10-15 minutes. But there it is. The whole thing. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to take all of my numbers I have here. As you can see, I've finished laminating them, getting them ready. I also have the sign that's going to go at the bottom. Days until our Disney family vacation. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a push pin and I'm going to put a pin in the top of this where I'm going to cut a hole after I've laid it out up here. So I'm going to take 2 of these, put them side by side, put a pin through them, and I'm going to mark the cork up here. That way we can take our hooks and we can put a hook in there at the top. Okay? So here's the hooks, and I've already marked it. And I'm just going to take the hook and screw it in. This always seems to be one of those things that the little kids like to help with a lot. So as long as you can get it started, I always let them finish it. Okay? So there's the first one. And when I do this, I just mark them so that I like, I lay them out and put them where I like the visual, just whatever makes it look good. And then that's how I just mark them. It doesn't have to be perfect. But there's our hooks. And then what I do is I take the hole punch and I will punch a hole right where I had marked it. And there we go. Now I haven't marked any of these other ones, but I just go through. You can usually do 2 or 3 at once, depending on how good of a hole punch you've got. Bottom sign. It just goes on wherever. And then you just take these push pins, and I like to put them right here in the corners. There's little Mickeys. And so I just put them right there on the Mickeys. to help hold this guy together. And because this is being held on with push pins, that's why I was saying earlier that you could make any kind of sign and your numbers. So this could be Christmas or Easter or somebody's birthday. But then all we do is we take and put these guys on. If I can get it to go on. It's wanting to be too stiff for me. Just like that. And that's all there is to it. You hang it up on the wall. The little kids can change these out every morning over breakfast or whatever. And it's a cute little fun way to track down and count down the number of days you have until you're heading back to the most magical place on earth, Disney. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learned something. Again, you can go to my Pinterest site, just do a search for Tim McCormick Dream Designer, and the instructions and the printouts are all there. It tells you everything you need to know. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Send me a text or an email, or you can reach me through the website. So, thank you very much. I hope you have a magical day.